guys, so again, this is 2 days early, one posting day early because I'm not going to be here on Friday. It's my birthday, so I'm doing nothing on YouTube. But as the title says, I am talking about A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This will be non-spoilery. I've gone over it and made sure. Also, the holes in my shelf are because I did a tag. Link down in the doobly-doo. This book is about Gemma Doyle, and she is living in India and hating it. All she wants to do is go to some finishing school in England like all the other English girls her age. When her mother is murdered by some beast thing, she gets that chance, but not in the way that she expected or wanted. Now in England, she has to deal with her grief, as well as the visions that started when she witnessed her mother's murder from across the city. Trying to deal with them, as well as fitting in and dealing with bullying, is a handful, especially when a boy follows her all the way from India. Now, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, but this was a mix. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I'd read it when it first came out, when I was in high school and Gemma's age. But as it was, I found it incredibly annoying. I found her stupid and immature, and I thought the decisions that her and the others made was really, really dumb. And I did not like it, and it was difficult to read because of that. Another thing that made it hard to read, that made me have to keep putting the book down over and over again, despite me trying to read this in #Yearathon, wrap up link down and below, was the cultural beliefs of the time. Women are possessions, beautiful possessions, and they belong first to their father and then to their husbands. And it's complete crap. What they're being taught, the whole point of the finishing school is to mold them into becoming the perfect women so that they can serve their families by getting married to a good husband. And it's just a load of crap. And it was so difficult to read. It goes against everything that I've believed as a human being my whole life. You know, I'm LDS, which is Mormon, and a lot of people think women are pretty held back. And I think that the women hold themselves back more than the men. I've had a lesson in Young Women's where they told us, you need to wear makeup to get a husband and to look good for your man and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I don't. I got into a fight with first the sister, but more than anything, the other girls. And I'm like, no. And then I told the guys about it. My brother and my dad were like, what? And then the other boys, they all complained about how women wear too much, the girls in Young Women's wear too much makeup. And especially when we're going to the temple and the baptismal font gets this film of makeup across the top and stuff. So it was a load of crap. And I've always fought against that kind of belief that a woman has to be a certain way to get a man. No, you should be the best person you can be. You should be you, but the best version of yourself. But they also got to understand that you're going to have a temper and anger, and you're not always going to be the smartest person. So this whole culture, what women were teaching the girls and what her brother said especially, are so horrible. I hated it. And it was so, so hard to read. The supernatural element was alright. I felt the girls handled the power that they gained poorly. Again, very immature, very annoying. Very few scenes of them gathered together to either work magic or to just sit and talk about magic, usually, I found ridiculous and lame, and I didn't like any of those scenes except towards the end. But Gemma does step up in the end. She matures by the end of this book, and she makes this decision that I don't think very many people could have made anyway. I thought it was really good, and the ending really, really made the book, and it bumped it up from the 2 to 3 stars that it was the whole time up to a 4-star. Talking about some specific stuff, this may get a little more towards the spoilery section, but I'm going to read 2 quotes by my favorite character, Miss Moore. Miss Moore was the closest we have to a feminist. I have no doubt that she was probably a part of the suffrage movement. I loved Miss Moore. And she said 2 very profound things. The first time is when she has had enough of Felicity sass. Felicity was like, so how do you know about this stuff, huh? And she steps forward and kind of scares Felicity. And then she goes, I know because I read. May I suggest that you all read, and often. Believe me, it's nice to have something to talk about other than the weather and the Queen's health. Your mind is not a cage. It's a garden, and it requires cultivating. Great advice. I think everyone on the planet should hear that, because a lot of people don't live up to that potential. Your mind is a garden, and it requires cultivating. Another one is when Gemma is really unloaded a lot of her demons to Miss Moore, and she doesn't reveal too much, but she reveals quite a lot, and she's been sobbing, and she was like, do you think I'll ever be at rest again with what I know? And she goes, I'm sorry, Gemma, but we can't live in the light all the time. You have to take whatever light you can to hold into the dark with you. Another phenomenal advice. I got similar advice from my own father when I was going through a rough time, and to read that advice in a book for young women is just so good. The only other scene that I want to talk about is at the very end with Libby. Hopefully I won't say Libba. I kind of script myself and talk through it one time at least when the camera's not on, and I kept calling her Libba. Libby. Her name is Libby. So if I say Libba, just keep in mind, Libba, Libby, very similar. Libby is being forced into this decision. What she does to get out of that decision, I don't really agree with. But at the same time, she was put into this impossible place. She was damned if she did, and she was damned if she didn't. Without trying to reveal too much, she was told by her mother, you know, you will find great freedom if you follow the choice. And if you've watched Pride and Prejudice, if you know what I'm talking about, and watched Pride and Prejudice, also, you see that. The main character, Lizzie, does not make that choice, but her best friend does. I've talked with my mother about that decision, and it was presented again here with a much younger character. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I would have done what Libby did. I would have made the even more difficult choice and just said, no. No, I'm not doing this. No, I don't care. No, I don't care. No, I don't care. No, you can't hurt me for this. No, I am willing to walk away from you forever for this. But I've been put into those kinds of choices more than once, and I basically said that. I'm like, you will lose me forever or you will back off. I have a line that you do not cross, and if you cross it, I'm walking away from you, period. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I'm related to you. I will walk away from you if you cross that line. Libby is not very strong at all. The strongest is Gemma. The second strongest, I think, is Felicity. But Gemma is definitely the strongest and the smartest. Even she was like, I don't know what to do. She also didn't agree with Libby's decision. And I don't really like that it's in there because it's basically suicide, what she does. Again, kind of spoilery. But I probably would have put my characters in that position and had them do something else. I don't really know. I don't really like that. But we get to see a character put in this impossible decision and have to make a choice. The only last thing is also Gemma and her crush. What's his nuts? Kashik? I don't know how to say his name. The dude from India who followed her. I thought their romance was a little weird. I'll see. I'm reserving my judgment for when I read books 2 and 3. So I'll see how I like it, but right now I just thought it was a little weird that they had it. But I did like the character and liked the position that he played beyond the romantic side. That's everything that I have to say about A Great and Terrible Beauty. I do recommend you pick this up, especially if you're younger. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. After this Friday, every book review will have a Friday, unless there's something going on, just like this Friday. Good luck with your rating, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! I've gone over it and stretching my legs out. He now has to also, that's not what I wrote. Trying to control her visions as well as fitting in, God, I did this wrong. But as it was, I found, sorry, my stomach's growling, I'm hungry. Hello. Sorry, my mom came home, and she gave me some stuff at my request. Impossible